verse steps out, a dragon's might. Zodiac hums, we fit with pure light.
Crypto storm in a teacup. Feel the surge in your kneecaps. The verse inspires, let markets merge. Family retires.
Numbers pulse, the moon is lit. Cold coins jolt.
Welcome back to the number one altcoin meme coin show in all crypto. We talk about TA, we talk about numerology, we talk about star patterns, and we talk about the moon in the sky. This is The Next Layer. I got my boy, the number one podcaster on base, late night on base. So guys, do me a favor, follow at late night on base on X, share this live stream out, follow me at the verse 369. Let's get some more people in here. And if you got some friends coping right now, tag them down below because we got another awesome live stream. We're going to be talking about our favorite meme coins. We're going to talk a little bit about numerology and what we see come in the market. Bill the Bull, what's up, my brother? How are we doing today?
Oh, doing good, man. Doing good. Also, if you guys ever want to know the latest on what's going on Base, subscribe to my newsletter, Based AF. Follow me and subscribe if you want your bags to pump 100x. I don't make the rules, but if you follow me, my newsletter, hey, that's a step in the right direction. But I'm good, man. I think the dip over the weekend was like the last dip of the market. And I think it's up only. July and August are the months, really, before the blood moon. My bags are ready. I'm ready to print, and let's get it.
Yeah. After all the Iran stuff, I don't know if you saw my tweet, but I called the bottom on that. Like, everyone was freaking out. And it came to this point where Goo hit me up, and I was just like, yo. He's like, dude, I think this might be the bottom. I was like, I think I got the same exact feeling because everybody agreed that shit was going down. And anytime the entire market agrees on the same exact thing, it's always the opposite. That's when you know. So I agree with you, dude. This was local bottom. We're going to start to see some pumpage. And you know what's crazy, Bill? This past week, all I've been doing was looking at meme coins and altcoins and just researching because those are the times to buy them. Were you looking at any projects, Bill?
Yes. So there's two that I have my eyes on. Well, there's actually three. One on Base, and then two on ETH. And I think what your audience knows very well, the one on ETH. One of them that I'm very much a fan of, and that is Yi. I love the dinosaur meta. I think that chart ranging between 3 and 7 mil is just consolidation for the next leg. Like, I think 3 mil is like basically automatic buy zone. Eventually it's going to break out. The question I have is how high it goes. I don't know, but I love Yi, and I like the new one that you talked about, Willy. Really like that one. I've started bidding on that. That's only 1 million. I think that one's really good. Again, dinosaur type meta or like extinction meta. I'm kind of tired of dogs and cats. So those are the two. And then on Base, JP Morgan coin, let's go. I think Poe is pushing that one. I think he's the dev secretly, but I think it's a unique meta, and I think that'll get sent as well. So those are the three that I'm looking at. What about you, Chris?
Hey, man, I think you covered the ones I was looking at. The only thing I will say, I found a pretty sick AI play where they actually created a wallet where you have an AI agent that can bridge and trade for you. And it's actually functional. It's a functional product. So this isn't vaporware like most of the shit we see in this space. I love this project, and we can go into that. But yeah, man, long story short, the one project out of all that, like, don't get me wrong. Like, I know everybody has like 20 coins in their portfolio. They like to rotate around. The one that I like the most, bro, is Yi. I really do believe that Yi is going to be the next Shiba Inu, because if you look at the timeline from when Pepe was launched, was an absolute screamer in the bear market, did absolute numbers sitting at billions, to when Yi started getting traction and how it falls very falls in line with the entire meta. It's its own unique token. The PvP is non-existent. There is one on Solana, but nobody's buying it. And the fact that there's so much adoption behind this one. And Bill, last but not least, my favorite part about this token, it was founded on the 28th in a cat year. It was founded on the 28th. That's the sign the Matrix is telling you that there's something behind this. You see what I'm getting at here? What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, man. I mean, you can't really fade numerology. I think Ye's unique, man. Like I said, I think Ye, to me, it's not a matter of if it's gonna pump. I just think the only question I have with Ye is how high. Truly, I don't know. I think it's gonna do well, and I think short term, we might see a retest of and I hope it does because I'll be loading the truck. We might see a retest around the 3 to 3.5 range. I really hope it happens. I don't think I'm gonna get lucky. But yeah, dude, I love the narrative, and like I said, this trend line. Let me share my screen for this one. I really love my chart for E.
Okay, go for it.
Like I think the chart that I have is literally just kind of like it gets me super bullish. Let's see. I just wish on Dextool they didn't have those stupid nitro boosts. All right.
Gotcha.
So just look at this, guys. This is all you need to know. So this blue line is just a clean. This used to be resistance, and you just draw it at like a 45 angle. Let's just actually change this to yellow to make it a little bit easier to understand. And we'll change this one to like blue. Hold on. All right. So let's just take out the EMAs. No one really needs to know that, although the EMAs are bullish. But let's see. All right. Just look at this line. Forget these nitro boosts. I don't know what they are. You draw this line here, resistance, resistance, and then it turns into support. This yellow line is going to hold. As long as it doesn't go below 3 million, this thing's going to fly. And this is the strong resistance that I feel like anytime it's around here, down here, instant buy. So if we are somehow fortunate to get one last push down to 3.536, that's your last buying opportunity. Now it could easily be it's not going to go down there. This is a confirmation we're trying to see. This is the daily chart. It broke out, but it doesn't really matter. To me, this is the line. So I feel super confident that it's not going to go below 3. And if it gets anywhere here, it's going to get bought up. And just look at this RSI, man, on the daily. It's just curling up. Hasn't even reached its top. So, I mean, I honestly think Lee's going to go on a massive run. I'm very excited for this one. And I think it has one of the cleanest charts. And like I said, like in 2021, Doge, where's the first, and then Shib was like the Doge killer. And I think he's the Pepe killer. So it's got a narrative as well. So I like it, man. Fully on board with the Yi army.
Love it, man. Yeah, and you know they're actually rating us hard right now. Shout out to I gotta give some respect to the Tosto. I'm sorry, I don't know if I said that right, but long story short, bro, this guy has been absolutely rating hard. Awesome community member, guys. When you get a chance, man, follow this man on Twitter because he's put in the work. Awesome, good stuff. And then also, yes, shout out to Miles. Good to see you, and Bobby Hexelrod. I don't know if that's the right contract, but I know you're in the chat, dude. Awesome to see you, Bobby. Now, Bill, last thing I just want to add, I'm going to pull up my chart. I just want to add one thing that I'm noticing that's really sticking out to me on the Yi chart. I tweeted about this earlier. Let me get rid of the fibs. And, man, dude, sometimes I go a little too crazy with these lines, bro. Well, long story short, dude, when I look at this chart, I'm seeing probably one of the biggest cup and handles that started back in late May. So this is like a 1 month cup and handle. And right here, we are actually testing a neckline that is, you could probably, I like to be a little bit more aggressive on my neckline. So I like to put it at the higher level or the higher wick. So we came up, tested that neckline, broke down. And so in my opinion, if we don't get that, that 3.5 breakdown, which I do have my chart right here, we could potentially be flirting with that neckline. And the one thing I just want to say is if we get a break, confirmed breakout, a retest, and we flip this neckline to support, I'll call it right here. This thing is going to absolutely rip. So if you're in the Yi army or this is a project bid on sidelines, pay attention to, I would say, 0.0085. So that's about an $8.5 million market cap. if that thing starts exploding past it, man, it might be see you later. So that's the last thing I want to say. You want to add
What
something else?
what's your end target for E?
In target?
For the next like the short term target? I'm not saying like 5 years from now. I'm saying like by the blood moon. What do you think it'll be?
Let me just take a quick I just want to take a quick look at the fibs real quick. I just want to see where so this is saying we could go 60. Just based on this narrative, I think this can go to multi-million. So 500 million is definitely possible. I think that's more on the conservative side. And then I think on the upper end, I would probably put it in the billion mark. So like the 1 billion mark. I don't want to be too much of a moon boy, but when this thing absolutely goes, I could definitely see this doing somewhere between 80 to 100x from here. That's just my opinion. What about you?
Yeah, I think short term. Absolutely can rip. I think the next target's 100 million, easy. That's always a psychological level. Like I think this is heading to 100 million, like for sure. Now, I would love for it to go to a billion. We'll see. Depends. It hasn't been out too long, but Pepe did its thing. And if we have a full raging bull, this is like the move. I don't think it's gonna go past the bill though. I think that at that point you should probably take profits. But maybe towards the end of the year, it might go to a few billion. I don't know, but the time is now. If you buy, whether it's 4 million market cap, 7 million, like position yourself now and enjoy the ride. And I think it's going to go. And, I'm at the stage now where I'm very selective on what I'm going to be pushing anything into, because there's always going to be different narratives. But I think E is one. It's worth having a small position and just have exposure.
Love it, man. Hey, great analysis. And, the last thing I'll say about Yi, because we got other coins we need to talk about, because I know my boy Bill got them low caps. And anytime he's got a low cap, I'm always interested because he doesn't just go for any low cap. That's one thing I learned about Bill. I've known him for years. So, but the last thing I just want to say, man, is I love this community. This community is absolutely crazy with the shilling. They're always showing love and all that good stuff. So, guys, if you're in the Yi community, guys, please share this live stream out. We'll continue to talk about it. And also, we do a late night live stream with my boy, The Mo. He's a big fan of the Yi Army. He bought in at 200K market cap, and he's been holding in that token strong. So good stuff. So next thing, Bill, do you want to shill one or do you want me to shill one? How do you want to
I'll shill one that I know you are in as well, and that's going to be Wooly. But real quick, I noticed that on some of your live streams, you guys do it with like 7 people. How do you do that, man? Like, how do you do such a like a big live stream like that? Isn't it very difficult to get everyone to speak?
Yeah, so we made an agreement that less is more. So if you can make your point very fast and get it across the board, but not going a crazy rant, you're good to go. So in the beginning, it kind of sucked because somebody would like talk for like 30 minutes, take out most of the live stream. But now we're kind of consolidating. But yeah, it is a struggle, man. Don't get me wrong. Those live streams are hard. What's the largest one you've been on?
The largest one. Well, I have a rule. I won't have any guests more than 4. If it's like me and 4, like that's even stretching. Like I won't do it even if you're paying me. So I mean, I guess the most I've had is 4, because otherwise it's just really difficult. It's like one person might speak for like a second, and I want to make sure everyone talks. But the sweet spots, obviously one-on-ones are the best. And if you have 2, that's cool too. 3 people max, my opinion. But I'm not as talented as you, bro. So
yeah, appreciate it, man. Good stuff. Oh yeah, look at this. Goo God's saying because we're effing legends. Of course, Goo God's here. I love it. Love it, man. So yeah, Wally. So yeah, you want to talk about it?
Yeah. So I do want to talk about this. And I was really, really happy yesterday that me and you didn't even talk about this one. I happened to just notice it, but like, again, I'm at the stage where I'm like really particular, right? And like what I get into. So I'm like, okay, I've heard about this one. I'm not gonna really pay much attention, but there is one group talking about it. Before you even said it, it was Crypto Skulls group. And Scully is like a huge ETH like legend. Very well respected. Do you know who I'm talking about? Skull?
No, I never heard of him until you mentioned him.
Really? Okay, well, let me just pull this up real quick because he's legit. And so Crypto Skull is his name. Hold on. So let's share this. So it's this guy, Crypto Skull, and he's like an ETH OG guy, 147,000 followers. He's like legit, man. He's like super, one of the most well-regarded ETH guys. He's not really a pump and dumper. He has his own group. Like, he's actually really good. So his group started talking about Wooly, and I'm like, okay, what is this Wooly? And I noticed, like, judging by this, I noticed there was a Elliott wave 1 wave move. This is an ending diagonal, and it stopped. And I was like, okay, the narrative is something about like the creator. The coin is trying to. It's based on the creator in real world who is trying to bring back the woolly mammoth from extinction. And Elon's talking about it, and like the guy's active. Well, this community created a coin, and like the creator of this company trying in real life trying to bring the woolly mammoth back to life has started to interact with it and starting to like it. And then so I was like, oh, that's interesting. And then you got involved. And Goo, I was like, okay, I need to take this serious because like I love being in projects you're about. And so you saw that too. So like this to me is a potential huge runner. So what I'm seeing here, just chart wise, Elliott wave 1, there's always a 5 wave move. This has been out since, June 10th, whatever. And then this could be your, this is the consolidation phase. I was worried that it's just going to drop, but it got dipped back, got bought back up pretty fast around the 700K mark. And so today we had like 1.5 consolidating. This to me, if this guy actually brings a woolly mammoth back to life and it's the talk of the world, because that's pretty insane. Elon's going to tweet about this thing, just goes parabolic, man. That's what I look at. And it's like literally 1.2 asymmetrics you get, in my opinion, because you have real world people who will learn about this right away. Some of these other coins is hard to get that attention, but this would if he succeeds. So I have to get a small position because the asymmetric upside is just massive, man. What do you think? What interests you so much about it?
Yeah, so the big thing that I like about it, well, number one, I saw the chart and I'll give you guys a little hack on how to find gems because everyone always asks me, Chris, how do you find so many gems? So anytime I see something moon or something come up, I have a separate watch list and I just add it there. And when the market corrects, I go back to that watch list and I go through and there's like 150 of them, but it's really easy to figure out which ones are doing well chart wise. So this is one I saved a while ago. I brought it back up and I looked at the chart and I was like, damn, bro, this chart looks good. Like just from a TA perspective, I wanted ape right away. And then I looked into the narrative and that's what really sold it to me. And I'm gonna bring up a quick tweet build just so everybody knows because I keep getting asked 500 by a bunch of people, what's the narrative, what's the alpha, and I'll do a quick breakdown just so you guys know. But long story short, if you come over here to their Twitter, it talks about where this narrative came from, and it all started with Elon Musk talking about bringing back like a pet woolly mammoth. And then he was also saying that a miniature woolly mammoth would be absolutely fire. And then Ben Lane from Colossal Biosciences, the guy who wants to actually recreate woolly mammoths, and they're talking about potentially genetically modifying to bring one back to life, which apparently it's possible. I had no idea until like 2 days ago that was possible, which is crazy. And then long story short, Elon Musk just started making jokes and turning it into a meme. And then that's when it just started taking off. So this is what really sold me, was that Elon Musk was all about this. And that's just part of the narrative. What about you, man? What really interests you? Was it the chart? Was it the influencer pushing it? Or was it just everything coming together in the matrix at the perfect timing?
It's kind of everything. I mean, the chart, with Elliott wave 1 ending diagonals, like it might take a long time before wave 3 begins and wave 2 exits. So it's not necessarily the chart. It looks good. So I looked at two things. Obviously, the influencers that are pushing it, take it for a grain of salt because, they sometimes buy their bags super early and don't care. But to me, it's the potential to be a meme that breaks away from crypto degen Twitter and actually becomes a massive thing. That's the potential that, everyone can make a meme. There's so many memes out there, but there's very few that can make mainstream media. That's the difference. Mainstream media, as we all know, mainstream news drives attention to memes. People go in. So if you saw what's going on in Solana in like the winter time, all these memes had the ones that did well were the ones that either had the potential from real life people who were talking about it or just getting that mainstream attention. this is a narrative that gets mainstream attention. Like, I don't care about all these other coins are cool, but like this is something that, like, if they bring a woolly mammoth back to life, it will be on everyone's local broadcast, and naturally that attention will shift to crypto. People will be like, oh, and especially the founder has talked about the crypto company, you know, and has shown approval. So to me, if that happens and he does bring it back, I'm viewing this one as like a bet that this guy is going to succeed in real life, and if he does, this is a $500 million project at 1 million straight up.
Love it. No, I love it, man. No, these are the types of projects I like, man. That like I would probably say between 200 to 1.2 million. That's my bread and butter. Those are the ones I love to bet on because they have so much upside.
For sure.
The Tosco had I don't even know how to say it. Tosto has said Elon has been saying on X for a couple months now that he wants a miniature woolly mammoth as a pet once Colossal Biosciences brings him back from extinction. Okay, so I guess this has been around for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
And then Guga said, I'm deep in this field. Bring back a woolly mammoth is like child's play, bro. Actually, I believe that. I bet you Guga's got some crazy video or research article, man. It's good. Some good stuff. Yeah. So last thing I just wanted to say, just from a TA perspective, and the woolly chart is very easy from a TA perspective, in my opinion. If you guys just take a look at it, whether it's on the log scale or just a regular scale, it's following this trend line to a T. And this is the other thing that I love about these types of projects, because if you get any sort of deviation away from that trend line and you've seen it have multiple touch points going back like 2 months, there's a good chance that it's going to come back and it's going to allow you to get an entry. So when I saw this like touch the trend line, that's when I got in. I hit up my boy Bill and said, yo, mammoths are the new thing. Screw Ice Age. Let's hop in. And I sent it to everybody, and now we're coming back retesting. So like I said, this is the perfect time to get in. We're not shilling this to you at a $100 million market cap. No. We're shilling this to you at a $1 million market cap. So
well, I think it's important too that you don't really follow people blindly telling you to shill something at like 100, 200 million. There's a lot of people doing that. There's no point unless if it's like still plenty of upside and you have reasons. At this stage, the key is if you want to print generational wealth, you have to find these smaller caps and hope it prints. That's how it is. And I think the cool thing about Woolly is like it's not super low, like 200K that you think it's going to rug, but it's also super low enough that like you can print 100, 200, 300 X's. So I love this range too. A little bit above 1 million. I love it. Wow, chef's kiss.
Yes, sir. Good stuff, man. So yeah, guys. Well, hey. Like I said, I got still love for the Yi Army. That's my number one meme coin. But hey, I did play a little bit on with Woolly, and as you guys know, this is the next layer. So we do the Degen stuff here. We do the TA. We do the star charts and patterns and all that stuff. That's this type of live stream, man. Fast money, high risk, high reward. So good stuff. All right, Bill. Well, hey, you got a lot of stuff going on base, man. So show me play on base. What you looking at?
All right. Well, number one, I think base is about to pop. I know we say this all the time, but there was news recently that Coinbase is going to integrate a lot of their assets onto the Coinbase wallet, and there's like an upgrade in July. And if that comes, now everything will be on Coinbase. Everything will be on Coinbase basically. So let's look at some. There are a couple on base. I still think right now. Well, there's two. 1 second. Let me see. Okay, so there's a couple. Let me go for just again my pick as to like a mid cap that I think is just going to go massive parabolic, and I think everyone, needs to have, whether it's Miggles or whatever the case. Like I think this is still better than Miggles. Like I think this is like the best risk reward in base right now. And I'm not just saying that because I have heavy bags in it. I just truly believe it. So let's talk Ski Mask Dog. What do you know about Ski Mask Dog, bro?
Man, hey, that's a hot narrative. They have a massive following behind them, man. And apparently a congressman was shilling it a couple months ago. Is that true?
Oh, it's true. It is true. And I'm just looking at this from a chart perspective. I'm telling you right now, if you have to choose one base meme. It's Ski Mask. It's 40 million. Yes, it's a little bit below, but it's been just ranging between 120 and 40. Just look at this chart. I just want people to look at this chart. First of all, the 3 days completely reset. Completely reset. And this is huge. You want to be buying down here when it's oversold. Overbought's here. So on this chart, this has been cooking since April 24. If there's a base run, this fifth wave is going to just surpass. Look at this wave 3, the macro one of 3. Look how this one went from like 360K to 390 million. Brother, that is insane. Now, if not, there's no rule saying that the last wave has to be the same as this, but it's close in value. So if this thing went from 360K to 390 million, and this has been consolidating since November, December 24, and there's hardly any resistance, this is just Wyckoff accumulation to a T. I expect Ski Mask Dog to go from like 40, 45 million to billions. Billions, bro. 4 or 5 billion. I don't know. But I think this is the safest play. I think there's hardly any downside to it. Yes, if you start closing stuff below 25 million, it's game over. But nothing is showing that it's the case. So I think right now, if you have size, you go into Ski Mask. Again, it has a narrative. You have people in the real life talking about it. You have congressmen. You have celebrities. But again, attention matters. It's a cute dog. It's very viral. So to me, that's my number one pick on base. What do you think about this coin overall on this chart, Chris?
I think chart looks good. It looks like we're about to get into sub microwave 3 of Elliott wave theory. So this is going to be the explosive. And because the market cap is so big, that means whales are going to get in. It's very difficult for a whale to get into something like a really small market cap at 1 to 20 mil. They don't like to gamble on that. But once you see it get past that $50 million mark, that's when they start to gamble a lot. And that's why like Pepe's doing so well. And Ski Mask Dog is going to be one of them. And one of the crazy parts about it is this is listed on Coinbase, if I'm correct. Is that correct? It's like on the exchange?
Not yet. And that's another good thing. It's not even there. So this is falling, like that's even a better thing. But the Coinbase listing, it doesn't really matter. I think for sure, because it's consolidating so long, I think base memes are going to go nuts, like the Toshis of the world. And I think this catches a huge bid, just even based on the chart alone. But yeah, as you're saying, I absolutely agree with you. Whales don't mess with the 1 to 2 million range. They need to get to like the 40, 50 with thick liquidity. Otherwise, it's just, too risky, too much slippage,
Yeah, absolutely. And, this goes back to some of the other projects we talk about. Let's say like Yi were to hypothetically go to like 50 mil. That's when you're going to see it like teleport to like 100 mil because whales start bidding in, and see Ski Mask Dog is already going through that phase. And like I said, this is probably one of the strongest narrative. And also, I think like the cherry on top is the congressman chill, because they're trying to get the Bitcoin bills going in. And how congressmen think is they're like, how can I connect with the people? How can I connect with the community? Mm-hmm. And that's when they go for these meme coins. So I don't think Ski Mask Dog will be the first meme coin that congressman shilled, and I don't think it will be the last one. That's how we're in a meme coin super cycle. So overall, man, I give it A+ for the shill. Any final thoughts on Ski Mask Dog, Bill?
No, I just think, like I said, this to me is the safest play on base, in my opinion, for the risk reward. If you have Toshi going to billions, Brett, I don't even know. Arguably, this definitely has a better chart than Brett. I think Toshi is going to be good. But if you're betting on base season coming back, which I don't know why you wouldn't, Ski Mask is the one for me. I was going to shill some like lower cap narratives, but I actually don't want to, Chris, because I feel there's just too much risk right now in a lot of these lower cap plays. I can't necessarily, and everything that I want to always be upfront is I don't want to show anything unless if I believe in it. And right now, like at times I do believe in it, but markets change. I don't feel comfortable in any base meme under $1 million at the moment. And I always want to be honest and truthful. So I don't want to show anything unless if I truly mean it.
Okay. No, man, fair enough. And hey, when it comes to these types of projects, guys, guys like me and Bill, we always look for the types of projects where our following can make money. We don't want to be like those extra liquidity type of guys. We want to make sure that if you get into a project, it has the potential to have massive upside. That's why I like Yi so much, is because everybody that rocks with us is winning right now. And when you guys win, we win. And I don't want to be that type of guy to do the whole X liquidity. Like that shit drives me nuts. So kudos to you, Bill. I completely understand. But hey, when Bill shields something at 1 mil, guys, you guys better open your eyes up because he never does it. I'm all about throwing the darts and pressing the red button that you're not supposed to press. So good
I
stuff.
love it.
All right. So one other thing I just want to show real quick. I call this in the call channel, and let me make sure I get the right contract address. But this gets into the AI narrative. I do like AI coins, even though I think like 90% of them are absolute garbage.
Yeah.
When I find one that I really, really like, I go in crazy on it. It was similar to the gaming meta when I went for Heroes of Mafia because they have a really great product. I think this one is a phenomenal product as well. So if you guys have been following our call channel, I called this one, I think it was like at a 7 mil market cap. I need to go back and look, but long story short, this one's called OX Gas. OX Gas is creating a wallet that connects directly to an AI agent that can execute trades, bridge for you, and automate all of your trading. And what's crazy about this product is they have a working product. They have 50,000 people test using it, and they have plans to run it to basically have over 100,000 people use it during the trial process. Now, the best part about OX Gas, Bill, is there's a new project on top of Avalanche called Black Hole Finance. Black Hole is created by Elio Trades, backed by Alex Becker, and they're getting into cross-chain liquidity when it comes to DEXs. So they want to basically connect liquidity from Avalanche to Base to Ethereum and basically make a super decentralized exchange. OX Gas is integrating their wallet onto that exchange so that you can use these AI agents to execute trades coming in the next couple months. So the bull market that you guys see right now, it is going to be day and night different 2 months from now. Any questions about that, Bill?
No, I think this is a good one. Like I said, I don't have unlimited money that I can start spraying. It's hard for me to pick and choose what I'm in. If you are fortunate enough to have a lot more liquidity to enter, this is like just hold and eventually it's gonna pop. That's how I look at it. But right now I can't really focus on it, but it's not because it's not a good chart. It seems great. I think it's inevitable. All that stuff. I have to just like kind of focus on, or at least my strategy right now is just focus on solid communities, memes. That's all I care about. With like dope communities, people, I don't see that happening with this one. This is more of a utility play, but I think it's gonna be a winner for sure.
Yeah, appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. Yeah, and I agree, guys. Like I said, with all the projects we show, I don't feel like you have to get into every single one, and always focus on your main bets because at the end of the day with crypto, all you need is one project to change your life. You can change your life with one project. And one thing I love about crypto is there's a million ways to do it. So it's no sense to them. But long story short, looking at this chart, I see a beautiful trend line that we have been absolutely respecting. Popped up, try to retest that all-time high. Now we're getting back down into some resistance that phased back from about January. So earlier at the beginning of this year, I would probably put that. Actually, I'll put that right here. You got a couple wicks over there. So we're coming back, testing some resistance. And then, in my opinion, once we do a retest, come back up, test all-time highs, and we get a confirmed breakout, I think this thing could absolutely teleport to 100 mil to 500 mil on its first leg up, do a little bit of retest, and then we can go in and test billions. So yeah, guys, like I said, OX Gas, this is my number one AI play going into this next leg up, and if you get a chance, guys, check it out. So good stuff. Yeah, man. So that was the other project I want to show. You got any other projects, or do you think we covered them all?
I think one last one that I'm very bullish on, and it's not a micro cap. It's another 40 to 50 million. But the one that I'm riding the rest of the cycle, it's let me just share it. It's called Joe. Do you know much about Joe?
Yeah, man. You showed me that one, dude, and bro, I'm getting that SPX vibes. What about you?
I'm convinced that this is going to be big. And this is one though that you don't check the charts every day. This is one that you set it and forget it. And because just this is the chart. So Joe has that XPX5, the MOG. There's actually a chart out there that shows Pepe, MOG, and SPX with the same exact chart structure before its massive pop-up, all of them. Joe is next. And so I look at this and I'm like, okay, this has been out for over 2 years. October 23. Almost going to be 3 years this year. No, 2 years. This is exactly what what SPX did. If you look at what MOG did, Pepe did. All of these, you have this consolidation, and then you have the fake out, and then boom, just this massive consolidation for a couple months, and now it's breaking back up. It's about to hit its November, December all-time highs, which was 60, 70 million. This thing is just curling up, man. And when you have something that's been curling up for almost 2 years, the community's already there. It's literally Murad's thesis, 99 drawdowns multiple times. There's no sellers. Now what you're starting to see is just whales just throwing 50K, 100K. But the core people, they're in. And I think it's inevitable. We're almost there. I mean, I started showing it down here on this show around 20 million. Now it's around 56 yesterday or a couple days ago. You're just going to see this. You're going to see a massive move. You're going to eventually get to, I truly do believe 1 to 2 billion is inevitable. And you're at 45 million. This is the type of stuff whales like. They like longevity. They know it's not going to go anywhere. Thick liquidity. This thing has 3.2 million in liquidity. This is a whale's paradise. A whale's paradise. 466,000 in volume. Yeah, man. This is 46 million. My goal is 1 to 2 billion. I mean, some people are targeting crazy numbers like 5, 10 billion. I don't know about that. But yeah, dude, this is the one you go. This is my play. Like, I don't check it. I don't touch it. I'm not going to care about it. Just stack it, let it go, and print, man. So Joe is my number one play on ETH for sure.
Love it. No, hey, I like the narrative. I like the coin. I like the fact that the chart's been around for a minute. It follows Murad's thesis, and this could very well be the next SPX 6900 that gives it a run for its money. So, man, love it, dude, and absolute great find. So, guys, if you're in the Joe Army, man, share this live stream out because I know not a lot of not many people are talking about that meme coin. I'm in the trenches all day, bro, and I have yet to see, outside of you, I have yet to see anybody mention Joe. So there's a lot of upside when it comes to
you'd be surprised. So there are a lot of good accounts that are talking about it. Like I used to be a part of the She whale army. So Shiba Inu, female She was like a thing that we thought. And a lot of good accounts are talking about it. And it's slowly starting to be on people's mind, obviously. So I think the narrative, it's going to pick up. Whether you like it or not, I don't fade charts and the community's starting to come. So yeah, man, I like it. Real quick though, I wanted to shout out the Toaster had a question. I can't pin it though, but it basically, I don't know. Do you want to? He's asking me about the alternative way to see charts. Yeah. So the Toso, thanks for hopping on. He's asking me, the way you see charts, isn't the scale difficult to understand? I always want to learn new things. No, I love this kind of scale because the log scale to me paints everything much clearer and it paints things in the right direction versus just silly wicks here and there, because that doesn't really tell me a story. So maybe the logarithmic might not tell you the exact measure move, but it's pretty good and it keeps things clear. I highly recommend doing the log charts when you do it, just because again, it takes away a lot of the silly wicks that have nothing to do with the overall trend. So yeah, hopefully that answered.
Absolutely. And then I want to give a quick shout out to the Mo. Good to see you, my brother. Always good, guys. Please check out the Mo, man. He's got a lot of great live stream, talks a lot about some great stuff, and he's a fellow DGen, always in it. And I had no idea, but Guy got blocked by Skull. So
what'd you do, bro? What'd you do, bro?
Oh, it had to do with Ator. Do you remember all that drama that went down with Ator and the onion routing?
Man, I don't even know what Ator is.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. That was a lifetime ago, even though it was only I think 9 months ago. So that's a long time in crypto.
It is.
It's Yi time, yes, sir. I'm not going to try to pronounce your name because I'm going to butcher it, but thank you so much for being in this live stream. And then Book of Ethereum. Yeah, you know, I definitely will check that out. I saw that. Where'd that book narrative? You know how there's like the Book of Binance, Book of Base, Book of Soul. Do you know where that narrative came from? Because I always see it pop up on every single blockchain.
Wasn't it from? Well, I think in the real world, like there's a Book of Mormon, but wasn't there like a project called BOEM, Book of something?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think it was like the Solana narrative.
Yeah, it was like a Solana coin.
Book of Meme. That's what it was.
Book
Yeah,
of Meme. There you go. Yeah.
yeah. This thing, like, I'm not in this project. I just want to make that clear. But yeah, this thing, $100 million market cap. Let's see where the
That's
market cap went
insane.
up to. I just want to just see as reference. But yeah, bro, this thing got to almost 2 billion in
That's
Dude.
wild, man.
3 days. 3 days to get up to 2 billion. That is pretty freaking nuts. So
That is
all right.
insane. By the way,
All right,
can we agree to send Wooly to 100 million, bro? Can
Yeah.
you like get in touch with these scientists? Because I honestly think Wooly at this level, man, this is your chance to load up at like a play that, like, if he's successful, man, you're getting in at a 1.2 million market cap. Like, it's not going to be 1.2. It's just not. It's like 500 million, man. I find it hard in the project at this level that you can still get in at such a cheap price.
Dude, like Elon Musk is the meme god. Like, I don't care what anybody says. Anytime he touches anything or says anything about
sure.
it, meme wise, it just teleports the price. Like, you saw the one with was it Kek, Kek? I still don't know what that means, but it was like the little frog in the Egyptian armor. That thing absolutely teleported once he mentioned it, and it's gonna be the same thing with Wooly. So
For sure.
love it, man. So good stuff. And it's called Anyone Now. So good stuff. All right. Well, yeah, guys, I think that's it for altcoins, all that good stuff. Oh yeah, also, Bill, I just want to ask your opinion about the blood moon coming into September. I don't know if I asked you this before, but I'll ask you again. So we got summer, like there's a good chance that we might see some altcoins rip in July, August, and then September comes in and we get that blood moon. What are some things that we could expect? An event of the world stage, something that hits our economy? What type of things do you think could be on the table for the blood moon in September when it comes to event wise?
I mean, I honestly think it could be anything. I think it's a terrorist attack. I think it could be something that causes a dip in the market. I still think the war narrative is, right now, U.S. is going to get dragged into the war. I wasn't really tripping the last like week or two because I didn't really feel it was too early, and it's a snake year. So I think, domestically, most people are against the war. That's just what it is. Most people are, and I take a cynical mind, but the only way that they're going to get the support of NPCs and the majority is if we get striked first. That's just what I think, and so. Call it what it is. It's a false flag. I believe in false flags. I think you're very naive if you don't believe in it or you don't think it's possible. I think you're very, very naive. You need to wake up. So with blood moons, there's always events. So my only thing is, I think it's going to happen. I just don't know if it happens around September, October on the stage, which could signal towards the end of the market, or it comes before March where it's a really bad thing. So I don't know, but I do expect some event, man, where it's going to cause a dip. I don't know what it's going to be, but there's always blood moons. There's always something that happens, man. And I've yet to see something that happens in the real life that is positive for crypto. But what are your thoughts?
My thoughts. So blood moons it's from the 7th to the 8th last time I checked, and it's in September, right? Yeah. And we're getting close to that 11-day in September, if you know what I'm saying.
Energy.
Yeah. So if you guys want to know, yeah. And what's crazy about the 9 and the 11 energy, they're actually enemy energies. So that's when you get the 9-11 coming in. And I'm not hinting at anything. Don't pay me, YouTube. So long story short, you got the blood moon and you got that specific date coming in. Like, oh, dude, I'm scared, man. I'm on the edge. That month, I ain't going outside. That's how I'm scared I am. I'm just joking. But long story short, I think we might see an event that we'll see a pivot on interest rates, but whatever happens around the blood moon, that's going to pivot us very close to interest rates dropping close to zero. Then we get that pump that will continue all the way into the year of the horse in February, and then Bitcoin gets ritualized right when the year horse starts in February. And that's it. Crypto's done for a year. We come back in 2027 and we buy the bottom, and then we do it all over again, bro. That's it. That's the plan.
Yeah, I think it absolutely gets visualized. I think you need to step away from the markets. I mean, my only thing would be like, does Bitcoin come back towards 2027? I think it would be too easy. So I think a prolonged bear could happen. I don't know. But I think it's going to be really bad. And I think that's the time, you know, you have deploy assets and you could probably buy generational bottoms for Bitcoin. But yeah, man, me and you were thinking the same. We're not going to be doing this show in 2026. Like it's my enemy year, so I'm going to be laying low. And I don't think there'll be much opportunity. I know you said you're still going to have like 30% in the markets. I'm going to have like 1.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I mean, you know, I might lower. Well, my thought process, bro, honestly, it's going to get the amount of money I have in the market is going to get astronomically lower as the horse year continues. So I might have like 20, 30%. I could change it because that's a long time. But as we go more and more into the year of the horse, that percent, it's going to drop off real quick, like after a month. So, but yeah, man, we'll just have to see, man. And guys, you got a prediction for the blood moon in the year of the horse for Bitcoin? Leave it down below. If you're bull, let us know. If you're bearish, what do you think is going to happen? But also, please keep it friendly just so you don't get banned off the face of the internet. Because keep on, we are on YouTube. So cool, man. All right, well, that's all I got, man. You got anything else you want to talk about today?
No, dude. You know, I'm just cooking with my Topi project, which I'm so bullish on, man. Like, I got you into the group now, the Twitter community. Like, it's so nice to build like a solid community that's not just like when moon. Like, because you know, in the degen world, everything's based on price. It is what it is. If the price ain't good, the community leaves, and it's true. When the price is good, they stay. But in the NFT world, is unique, man. It's like no one's even caring about the floor price. They just see opportunity and fun. And what we do is we allow people to tell stories with their NFTs and put it on chain. The first of its kind, man. So literally, it's a decentralized storyboard platform. And some of these valuations that these Web2 companies who have kind of done something similar are astronomical. Like there's a company called Wattpad that sold for $650 million. So we're building like a decentralized version where, you know, people own their characters, they own the IP. And yeah, man. So I'm just pushing. So if you guys want to come into NFT land, I got you. Base Topi, just vibing, bro. Trying to print that generational wealth. You know what I'm saying? That's it. This is the year.
I love it. Hey, man, I love it. And shout out to you, man, because the Topis are going crazy. I still got mine. I'm diamond handing in until we get into NFT season. I need to change my profile picture of my Topi. I keep forgetting. But I also want to do a Topi story because, guys, they literally have stories behind NFT characters, and it is the coolest thing. Bill was messaging me about it, and I spent some time last night in bed just reading about it and then seeing all this cool stuff. So
you checked out the website?
Yeah, I checked it. I scanned through it, but I want to go through and read a little bit more, man. But dude, this community is crazy, man. I absolutely love it.
Well, I think Base doesn't have anything like it, and so we have a lot of holders that are from other communities. But yeah, even if you're not a storyteller, man, you can log in. It detects your Topi, whatever one you want, and there's AI tools to help you. So even if you don't know how to, what's the Film 3 Foundation? We got to give a shout out to them. They're going to be on On-Chain Summit. If you're on On-Chain Summit on Sunday, they're going to be doing their film 3 thing. I wish it was on a Saturday though, because I might have to leave, but I'm going to still try to stay a little bit longer. But shout out to the Film 3 Foundation. But no, Chris, it's like if you don't know how to tell stories or maybe you're not aware, we have AI tools that can literally write it for you. So like you log in and you just like, hey, help me create a lore. This is kind of what I want to talk about. Boom, automatically. So it's pretty cool, man. And I think, you know, one of the core team members from Base already wrote their story. I don't know, man. I might be biased, but I think it's going to catch on, and I think it's going to do very, very well. And there's a lot of eight symbolism, which I told you. I found it on an 8-day There's 2,222 in the collection, which adds up to an 8. And by chance, we just formed a C Corp. The incorporation date, by chance, is an 8 day. That's the Matrix telling me LFG.
Yes, sir. And I just will make this clear. We do talk about meme coins mostly. We very sparsely talk about utility coins, but those are the popular narratives, like meme coins, utility, AI, and all that crap. But NFTs, nobody's talking about it. And there's people out there that still think it's dead. And I'll tell you one thing, I never go with the crowd because the crowd's always wrong. So this is the time to be looking at NFTs. I think Topies is going to be number one play on base. I think base is going to be the number one L2. I think base is the place where people are building. So if it makes money, it makes sense. You know what I'm saying, Bill?
Absolutely, man. People are gonna go, as Goo always have said, and is one of my favorite quotes that Goo's ever said. Best form of marketing is green candles, and that's the same applies for NFTs. Once the floor price gets to above 1, then people are gonna be like, all right, I'm in.
Good stuff. Good stuff. And then the last one before we start wrapping up, Draco X. When ETH surge, I think Ethereum is basically bottomed out, and I think it's actually in the process of starting getting close to 4,000K. So the ETH surge, you don't really see it right now, but it's slowly happening. What do you think, Bill?
Oh, I think it's going to come quick, and when it does, it's going to go parabolic. I actually told you prior that I'm building a massive XRP long, and I think XRP is probably the best major at the moment next to Bitcoin, more than Ethereum and Solana. But I think once that gets going, the money is just going to flow into Ethereum. I think it's just a matter of time. I think ETH outperforms Solana, but I think XRP outperforms both. Again, man, look at the chart, dude. And Water's above. This would be crazy, man. Water's above. By the end of July, he predicts XRP to $10.
Yeah,
Crazy.
That's a hell of a call. Like if he does that, man, he's gonna be really popular. But if he's off by just $1, he's gonna get roasted. But at the end of the day, if you get roasted, then that means it's also a good thing because people are talking about you. As long as they're saying something, you're good to go. But long story short, yeah, man, I think altcoins are getting ready to go. I think it's finally that time, and I know we've been saying it for probably a year now, but I really do believe it. So yeah, man. So Bill the Bull, coming into the final minutes of this live stream, any final thoughts or anything else you want to talk about?
No, man. Subscribe to my newsletter if you haven't done so already. Keep you literally up to date on everything base. We're always going to make sure we shout out our show. I'm going to bring base viewers to our show, Chris. So check that out. And no, man, I think we're in a season where select your positions now and just chill and don't overtrade. I think that's the number one killer. People get impatient and they overtrade, and we're in a market where it's super saturated. So don't make the mistake thinking you have to be in everything. You just can't, and nor should you believe you need to. But I think the fun's about to begin, man. I'm looking forward to July.
Yes, sir. Yeah, July is going to be a big month, man. So good stuff. Well, guys, do me a favor. If you like this live stream, share it out. Follow my boy, Late Night at Base, number one podcaster on Base. And if you like meme coins, you're slightly autistic, and you like TA, follow me at the verse 369. Till then, guys, we will see you in the next one. Peace out, y'all.
Run from the void, flame awakens slow, cosmic strands in a quiet